Welcome back, originators. And if you're here for the first time, I am your host, Joseph Martin. That like and subscribe goes a long way. So if you could be so kind to hit that like and subscribe button, I would greatly appreciate it. After we're done with this quick tutorial, I'm going to show you the success formula that I use to learn how to do this myself. So let's get started. All right, so the first thing we're going to do, we're going to log into our Canva account. It didn't even ask me, boy. They just went ahead and did it. Okay, now we are going to find a template. So right here, we are going to put in YouTube outro. I don't know why they don't call it end screen, but they don't. So we're just going to go to Canva templates. I love templates because usually the hard part is already done for you. For instance, if you created a design from scratch, you have no idea where the borders for your thumbnails of your videos would need to be positioned. That's why we're taking advantage of the templates. Here we go. And we're going to just grab anything just to give you an example of how to do that. So we go to customize this template. Okay, here we go. So we have a template to begin with. So now we click on File. And right here, we can see what the dimensions are. The dimensions for this template is 1920 pixels by 1080 pixels. We need to up that. We need to update that to the dimensions for 4K. Determine your dimensions. You don't want to put all this work into creating an awesome design, but then it ends up looking like crap in your video, because you can lose quality if you create your design using the wrong dimensions. Originator tip: always use the dimensions of the highest quality you're going to need your video to be in, because you can always downsize the larger dimensions without the video becoming because you can always downsize the larger dimensions without the video becoming pixelated and losing quality. So now we need to determine our dimensions. So what we do, we come up here, we click File. This tells us that the dimensions are 1920 pixel by 1080 pixels. So this is going to be high definition. This is not the dimensions we need for 4K. We need to up the dimensions. So what we need to do, we click Resize. This dimension right here is 4K, 3840 by 2160. So select that. Click Resize this design. So it's going to keep everything the way it is. It's just going to make it the 4K version. There we go. All right, now click File. And as you can see, now it's 3840 by 2160. So we got that part done. Okay, now we're going to start editing. The first thing we want to do is change this person's face to the thumbnail or the avatar we use for our YouTube channel. So mine is right here in Upload. So I go to Uploads, grab it, and I just drop it right there. How easy was that? Crazy. Do not, and I repeat, do not just change the photo and keep everything else the same in the template. You don't want your end screen to look like everyone else's. So assume that everybody is using a template, or that's using a template, doesn't make any changes to it. So they're going to do the lazy thing and just keep the template the way it is. Don't be like them. Small changes could make a huge difference. You can change the font style, the color, position, and the background of your design. And it will look like night and day compared to the template. Now we're going to change some of the colors. So what I can do, let's go to thanks. So I can highlight thanks. All right, see, I messed up. So all we do is backspace. I double clicked it. So now it's highlighted. So we highlighted the word thanks. Click the text color, and we can, let's say we want to use this red right here. We go to right here where it says add a new color. Click that, click the dropper, and then just bring the dropper right there in that red and click it. Super easy. So that's how we change the color. That's how we change the color. Super easy. Let's change some of the animations. So for this one, for instance, we click on the arrow, and right here where it says baseline, if you mouse over it, it says animate. Left click that. It's going to give you different options. So right now it was on baseline. Don't pay attention to all that's going on. The animations that we're looking at is how it enters into the frame and how it exits the frame. So now if I put in, so right here, okay, so now if you look on the upper left-hand side, you got all. That arrow is an actual graphic. That's why it's moving like that. So it doesn't have an effect on it that makes it move that way. It moves that way. It's a graphic. So we can go into graphics and we can click arrow to see if we can find it. Okay, you see you had to scroll down and start seeing a move. There it is. You see it? It's black. So that's the one they use. So this is a graphic, and that's the way it actually behaves on its own. So when we click on that graphic, there's also an element. Right now it's using the baseline. The baseline is how it enters into the frame. So when we click that, you see how everything moves when I mouse over? That's how everything enters into the shot. So if you wanted to change that, you're changing the way it appears when it first starts off if you pay attention to the arrow. Each one of these have a different way of making the arrow appear in the shot. Moving on. We can adjust the layers. So to adjust the layers, we click position. When you click position, on the left-hand side, you'll see a menu pop up. Click layers. When you see this list of layers, it's telling you which one of the elements is at the top, and the lower you go down on that list, the further back that element is. So let me show you what I mean. That image of me is on top of the circle. If I drag it down one spot, you can't see it because it's below the white circle. Let's drag it up one spot. That's what the layers are, and that's how you adjust them. Now we're going to go to change duration. Now we're going to change the length of our end screen or the duration, because sometimes the template or the video and the design will be too short or to be too long. And I recommend the end screen lasting around, I would say 15 seconds. When you use your design along with other transitions, if the animation enters or exits the video too quickly, you won't see them. My transitions are about a half a second. So I don't want my elements to enter my design until like 1 second after it plays out. I want the design to play for 1 second before my elements enter into the design. On the exit, it's just the opposite. I want my elements to leave the design 1 second before the video ends. Okay, right click on your design. And then down in this list, it says show element timing. Left click that. Now what you need to do is click the duration tab. It's in the bottom left-hand side next to notes. Left click duration. Duration shows you more controls where you can shorten the length of the animations or the video if you have one in your design. Next, you want to click the video icon edit. If you do not see it anywhere on the screen, just left click anywhere on your design. That didn't work. Is that because this does not have a video in it? Correct. Okay, so let's add us a video. So we're going to go to elements, videos. Okay, see all. So we're going to use this one. So we brought that over. We want to make it fit. So we're adding a video element to this design. All right, now remember we talked about layers. So we go to position and we need to bring this video down. Okay, you see those funny lines? That's part of the original design. It's this layer right here. We can hide that layer by putting it behind the video or anything else, or we can delete it. I'm going to actually delete it. So we left click the 3 dots and click delete. So that's gone. Now that you have a video element, you will have access to more controls. So you left click anywhere on the image. And once you do that, it'll show you the video icon edit in the upper left-hand side of your Canva design. So left click that. And now you have controls over what you can do with that video. You have different filters you can add to the video, showing you how that looks. And you can click see all and click none to remove it. That's one quick way to do it. So once you add a video element to your design, if the video is not long enough, you can make it longer. And I'm about to show you how to do that now. The way I do it, I just change the speed of the video. So if we look at it, currently this design, this element that we're using, it's 11 seconds. So we're going to click on the design. It gives us the video edit icon, that video icon edit button. We click that, we left click that. And now down in our options on the left hand side, it says video speed. So if we drag this cursor, you can see that the duration of the video gets longer as we drop that video speed. So we need it to be about 16 seconds. So we're going to play with this number, 0.8. That's not long enough. 0.7. There we go. That's about 16 seconds. That's what we want. So this is what I noticed that was an issue or a problem for me when I was doing my end screen. When you use this end screen to do transitions from whatever else you're using, if these elements pop into this end screen before the transition finishes, you won't even see it. You won't see that the elements appear or coming into the design real smooth or fresh or however you want to call it. It doesn't look unique. They'll already be there because they did their thing during the transition. So what you want to do, you want to drag those elements back before they do that to give yourself time for the transition to finish before they appear in your design. Let's go to position. We want the video element to be playing for a second before all of the elements appear on that video. So what we want to do, we want to click the first option, hold down the shift button, and left click everything that has an animation above it. Now that we have all of that selected, we want to drag it over until it says 14.7. And now when we do the next one, it'll pop, it'll snap, which makes it a lot easier. So just go down all of them and you just don't drag the video over. Leave the video the full 15.7 seconds. Now, I know you might be thinking, why are you individually doing that? Why don't you just group them together and drag them over? I tried that. So what happens when you group them is that it makes all of the elements in the group share the same animation. And if you use different animations for each element, you're going to lose them. So that's why you don't want to group them. Okay, so now we're going to play this from the beginning. There you go. So now you see that the video element plays for a second before all of the other elements jump into the design. So now we want to do the same thing at the end. If we're using a transition before the end of the end screen, we want the elements to leave the video before it ends. We want the video to play for 1 second. So let's do that at the end. So we know we're just subtracting. So it's going to be 13.7 because now we're already down to 14.7. And remember, it's going to snap. Once we get the first one, the next ones will be easy. All right, let's play this from the beginning. I know this is kind of long. It's like 15 seconds. So I'm just talk to you while we do this. All right, we're approaching the end. That's what we wanted, guys. And now I'm going to show you how to export the file. So in the upper right-hand corner, you left click on share, the share button, and you left click the download button. It's telling you it's in MP4 and it's telling you that it's 4K. So it's recognizing the dimensions that we're using. So it does know that it's a 4K video. And then we left click on the download button. And there we go. Here's what the file looks like after I downloaded it to my computer. Beautiful. And I'm going to just jump to the end so we don't have to play this all the way through. Clean. There we go. All right. Woo! Self-development lessons. All right. Lesson number 1. Decide what you want. In this case, I wanted an end screen for my YouTube videos. Lesson number 2. Educate yourself. Learn about what you want from people who have it and are willing to share with you how they got it. Well, what if I don't know nobody? And listen, that's not an excuse. The internet, free Wi-Fi, and smartphones have leveled the playing field. So that excuse probably would have flew like 100 years ago, but not anymore. You can find what you're looking for online or in person from books, seminars, mentors, courses, videos, just to name a few. Originator tip. If you really want to understand something, I recommend reading 3 reputable books on the subject. So for YouTube, I read The YouTube Formula by Derral, YouTube Secrets, 2nd edition by Cannell and Benji Travis. Create Something Awesome by Roberto Blake. All right. So here's a caveat. I've not been able to find the 2nd edition of YouTube Secrets by Cannell and Benji Travis on Amazon. Sean was running a promotion on his YouTube channel when I was doing research, and I just had to pay for shipping. So I looked up and got the 2nd edition, guys. I wish I had the link so I could make it easy for you, but I haven't been able to find it. So the link for this book down in the description will be for the 1st edition. All books linked in the description are affiliate links and support the channel at no extra cost to you. Self-development. Lesson number 3, invest in yourself. Guys, listen, this is very important. Invest in yourself. This isn't just money. This also includes time. And nothing is more powerful than investing in both. Put both of them together. Invest in both of them. Time and money. It immediately separates you from the crowd. It makes money become attracted to you. And here's why. When you're willing to spend money with others, others will be willing to spend money with you. Here's an originator tip. The people that won't invest the money won't have the access. And the people that won't invest the time won't have the skill. The truth is the best resources won't be free. Some people try to get something for nothing. And that's a horrible mindset to have, especially when you want other people to spend money and time with you. So get rid of it. Get rid of it. Self-development lesson number 5. Put what you learned into action. Action leads to results, and gaining knowledge is pointless if you never apply it. Lesson number 6. Value data and feedback. Just because you don't like or agree with something that somebody says about your work doesn't mean that it isn't true or that or that you don't, or that your work doesn't need improvement. Originator tip. Don't be afraid of negative feedback. Be afraid of no feedback. If you're not getting any feedback, chances are you're not putting enough action into your ideas. If you want to hear some ideas and some strategies to overcome the challenges and distractions of working or running a business from home, check out this next video.